Hey, that's amazing. Right as we go live, two more of Mason's comments pop up. He said, frustrated. Damn it. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to Garden. Greetings, friends, and mostly enemies. Today, we're going to be reading Chapter 13 of The Garden of Lies, Heart of the Direwolf. And I want to thank everyone who shows up to these things. Mason, especially you, my good friend and friend, my good friend and friend, because that's how I English. Much gooder is my English. Much gooder than the rest.
Yep. We make the words go real good.
I make the words go brr. But before we get to any of the actual, well, very briefly, excuse me, let's go over Mason's comments here.
Yes.
Leave them on screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm actually reading this one because I haven't read this one yet.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. And then you need to end that comment, Mason, the slowly but surely web of lies. You need to end that comment with, find out this week on Garden Ball Z. That's for all my fellow anime nerds out there.
Yeah.
Weebs as we find. Or if you're like me, you prefer to be called a proper otaku. Because weeb is a little bit too derogatory. And hey,
that's racist.
Gentle reminder, everyone. We have awesome merch.
We do.
You can buy to go support us. If you want, if you're not an epic fantasy person, but you have a sense of humor about the state of affairs in the world, go check out our shirts. There's probably a shirt for you.
Yes.
In the canceled series, and we're always coming out with new stuff.
Not only that, but we just got
How do you, Mr. Author Man?
Yeah.
Well, I'm shooting it right back to you, Mr. Author Man. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Without further ado, let's get into it. Do 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 do. They all come tumbling down. Alrighty. The Garden of Lies, Chapter 13. The Heart of a Direwolf. The day's training is hard and frustrating, complemented by everyone asking where the void I was all night. I want to answer, but I don't know what I can say that won't put them in danger. And I hate lying. So they get told to mind their own beeswax. Amnes's pack doesn't like taking orders from me. She has to reprimand them several times before they start listening. We drill fundamentals all day. I'm only going to have Amnes and Kira at the trial, but training with a larger group gives me more experience with commanding large forces, something I am not yet well versed in. We break only for short meals and to go over instructions and concepts. Overall, I would say we have a productive first day. I dismiss everyone a few hours early so I can catch a nap before I speak to Argos tonight. Dreamworld. It seems like every generation, your insufferable line picks up a new trick to cage me, and I have to learn to escape all over again. The voice again. The laughter is notably absent this time. I told them to zip it so we could have a nice chat. All I wanted was a power nap. I stand in the black. Again, no sound or sight or scent. What is this place? It's the void where I dwell. where all thought and memory and everything in your mind eventually ends up for me to absorb. For you to absorb? What does that mean? And what did you mean by getting caged by my line? I did not bring you here to answer your inane questions. I brought you here to bargain. Bargain? What kind of bargain? Release me, and I will answer all your questions. Release you. I see now. You're the one who killed the shaman. You tried to kill Arian all those years ago. You tried to kill Sin. Why the void should I release you, even if I knew how? I know you crave the answers to the questions that have been building. I can answer them all. I can answer queries you do not yet know you have. If you free me. Uh-huh. And what happens to me when you're running the show? Not answering that one? Suddenly, I feel a tugging sensation across my body, and I stand not in the void, but on a mountaintop overlooking a great valley. I see Lake Dominga, the sun rising on the horizon past it. Standing in front of me is a young woman with long hair of brown and caramel. Her hair flows in the breeze along with the snow. She seems familiar. Her stance, the cloak she wears, even her scent reminds me of the past. She turns her head, and I realize I am staring at my mother. But she looks younger than she ever was while I was alive. I feel a hand on my shoulder. I turn around, and I am back in the void, facing the black and white entity. Bring her back! Show me more of my mother! I can show you many more scenes like that, from before your time. Who are you? What are you? The thing smiles a wicked, too wide smile, and the laughter begins. Then it strikes my chest with the fist of the gods themselves, and I fly back into the void for what seems an eternity. After drifting, for how long I do not know, I begin hearing voices and other sounds, seeing flashes of scenery, places and people I have never seen. Some of the voices call my name, or my father's, or my mother's. Some of them say things only I should know. All of it seems familiar somehow, like a dream of a memory, or maybe the fading memory of a dream. I feel emotions running the gamut from rage so deep I wish to destroy everything that is, to joy so pure and absolute. I feel as though I am made of light and life. The flashes of scenery and sounds continue for what feels like hours as I continue falling through them until I have reached the end and I return to the utter, absolute, crushing expanse of darkness that is the void. So profoundly devoid of anything, I am more alone here than anyone has ever been or ever will be hereafter. I sink lightly, falling, even though I have no sense of direction. Perhaps I have been ascending, or not moving at all. It is impossible to truly know here. All I know is darkness. All I know is solitude. Until, out of nowhere, a whisper. I am the Dark One. Wake up. I feel the sensation of impacting the ground and wake up. My heart is about to explode. My breathing is fast and shallow. and my pillow is soaked with tears? I feel like I was adrift in the void for centuries, but when I look out the window of my room, the sun is only just dipping below the horizon. I was only asleep for 2, 3 hours at most. I simply lay here trying to steady myself for what seems like hours, but I know is only a few minutes. Gray patiently watches over me, his head on my legs as I sleep. Good boy, I say as I rub his head. He looks at me. His tail thumps the floorboards. What the void is going on with me, boy? These weird and terrifying dreams started after I saw that angel girl get whipped. Then I start hearing this voice while I'm awake, too, making me offers of knowledge, making me strong enough to power through a stone shaman's grasp. I'm scared, boy. I'm big scared. Gray whines a little and looks at me, concern and empathy in his eyes. He can't possibly know exactly what I'm saying, or can he? But he gets the message all the same. Help. I suffer. Dogs, man. Gotta love them. After my heart calms down and the numbness in my hands goes away, I saunter on down to the kitchen and get Gray some scraps. I have a shot of rum and wash it down with a mouthful of mead. What does Dalj do when he's having an existential crisis? He has himself a little drinky drink. Fresh void, I really can't take anything seriously. What's the occasion? Pogs asks from across the room, where he sits in our lounging corner. It startles me a little. I was so deep in the aftershock of that nightmare I didn't even notice my friend sitting there, cast in orange and red by the pleasant flames of my hearth. I rip a handful of bread from the loaf Pogs made, grab a piece of jerky, and join him, taking my favorite seat. Gray comes over and demands more head scratches. I oblige him, obviously. Greedy bastard. Nightmare is the occasion. Strange and horrifying and penetrating. He looks at me, concern consuming his face. You want to talk about it? I flinch. It surprises both of us. No. In fact, I want very much to not do that. What I might get behind is someone hitting my skull with my heavy hammer. You know, the one for cast iron. Until I forget all about it. I might get behind that. A sad smile comes and goes from his face. I will get you more rum then. I raise a hand before he gets up. Can't. Have an important errand. I stand. He offers his help and I am tempted to take it. He is my most loyal and trusted friend, but I don't want him to get swept up in whatever this is if at all possible. I worry he might be already just because he has the misfortune of knowing me. After I assure him about a gajillion more times I'll be okay, I head out dressed in my finest tunic of forest green and black cotton trousers. I wear my shifting sandals in case I run into trouble, and I wear my long swords on my right hip. My dagger is strapped to my left calf under the pant leg. Normally I run into town, but I decide to walk for the first 30 minutes to clear my head from any remaining cobwebs of darkness that the dream, the dark one, left behind. To my consternation, I have to retreat into the first layer of the mountain to get the job done. Gods, I am shaken. After I make it into town, I head for the inn to collect Sin. I enter, and he is on the first level, sitting at one of the tables, playing his bass for coin and applause. I approach, and when he takes notice of me, he ends his performance with a flourish, and palm silences the strings. People applaud. A few silver rin sail through the air, and he plucks them as if they were not moving, before turning his attention to me fully. Business is good. I'll say this. You wolves love music. Of course. Why else do you think our ancestors sang to the moon? He looks puzzled for a moment. Oh, you mean howling. No sense of romance with this guy. My head falls down and to the left as I shake it. Yes, howling. Don't quit your day job. I'm the bard. I'll be right back. He grabs his he grabs his instrument and runs up the inn steps to deposit it in his room, I am sure. So where's Tenna? I ask as we leave the inn and begin walking north to the Anathema estate. Slabcat? Probably at another bar performing. I don't know. I'm not her keeper. I nod. Something the matter? He asks. I shake my head no, lying, but he doesn't press. He takes the hint that I'm not saying much, so he talks for both of us. At first, I find it kind of annoying, but damn, this guy is funny. Gradually, he manages to pull me out of my dour state. By the time we're in view of our destination, I'm holding my ribs, stopping for air every other step. Every now and then, I make a quick comment, adding to the joke. It's like pouring oil on a fire. He takes them and runs with them for every drop of humor they're worth. He offers me a water skin from his belt when he sees I've laughed my throat dry. I stop to drink, but he doesn't stop joking. So, I look this bitch in the eye and I say, okay, so basically I'm very small. He flexes as he delivers the punchline, and I burst into laughter with a mouthful of water. I aerosolized it so fine, it looks as though sin stands in a cloud of mist. But it's not mist. It's my spit. Just as a fun little aside, that paragraph right there, folks, that is a story from my life with my good friend Wes. We went to the fair and they were giving out free Monster Energy drinks, and he was being his typical stand-up comedian self, and I submerged my friend in a cloud of Monster because friendship. I miss that guy. Alrighty. For the rest of the walk, the jokes come at my expense, which is fair considering the unsolicited bath, and they're still stupidly hilarious. A few minutes before we reach the estate gates, we drop the nonsense so I can be ready for my serious discussion. My face hurts from all this laughing. My face is soaked in tears and snot. I cannot ever remember laughing this hard in my life. When we reach the gate, we are greeted by 2 sentries. Halt! State your business, please. The one seemingly in charge says in a calm and authoritative voice. I am Mad Wolf, Dalj Thorn. I have business with the lord of the household. And your associate? I'm Sin. I'm very small. Me and Sin lose our goddamn minds. I can't tell you how long we are on the ground laughing. All I know is my ribs ache like I have been training for hours. Mad Wolf is right, I hear the other guard mutter under his breath. Show respect. Mad or not, he is a dire wolf. Sorry, 1 second. That's not capitalized, and it should be. Dire wolf. These are the little fuck-ups you find, folks. I hear the first guard quietly reprimand the second. After multiple failed attempts, I am finally able to get to a knee and then stand. A few steady breaths, and I am able to compose myself. I could go into the mountain, but I'll take looking a bit mad and being happy over being taken seriously and being cold inside any day. You may enter. He gives Sin an appraising look. I don't think he passes muster. Associate must wait here. That should not be plural. There we go. He practically spat the word associate. I give Sin a look, and he shrugs his shoulders and walks off to the side to lean on a section of wall. The guard, and there should be an S right there, opens the wrought iron double gate and ushers me. It slams shut behind me with an ominous and eerie clanking slam as I walk towards the manor. Oil your hinges and lock. Damn. Unlike the Lupine estate, the grounds here are mostly dominated by plains, with occasional hedges trimmed into art, fountains, gazebos. It is early evening, and only guards patrol the grounds. I pass several as I make my way down the winding brickwork path to the front patio of the estate. I wonder if the same guy designed this estate, because the building is quite similar to the Lupines. I spot an extra tower in the middle of the building, and there is a large covered wraparound porch that houses various furniture. Otherwise, it's like I'm back at the Lupines. As I approach the front patio, a guard posted at the front door lightly raps on the door. After a few moments about when I am actually arriving at the porch, the door opens and a well-dressed butler opens it to investigate. Upon seeing me, he does not even bother with the guard and makes a hand motion for me to enter. I nod to him as I enter, and the ornate door closes behind me. Inside, the layout is very similar to the Lupines, but the decor is completely different. In here, it is all whites and golds and the occasional light blue trim. The chandelier houses 5 candles and is made from well-cut sections of large crystal. The light it casts over the room is multicolored and mesmerizing. One for each great shifter nation, Lord Anathema savors symbolism. I nod. So where's the shaman capital? I inquire. The chandelier itself is the capital, my lord. I nod again. That makes sense, in a subservient, sycophant kind of way. I almost correct the my lord tripe on reflex, but I think better of it. This is not the place for that. He guides me through the foyer to a door in the back. This hall leads to the Lord's personal study. He explicitly said to conduct you directly to him upon your arrival. That's pretty interesting. He must be anxious for my answer, and I'm about to turn him down. Oh man, this is going to be awkward. The hallways and passages of the manor are all just as ornate as the foyer, and while I find it all utterly quiche, I am sure nobles walk through here and see culture and refinement in just the right doses. Paintings depict all manner of scenes, from slave raids to portraits of the anathema line. One particular painting does catch my eye. It is a massive 10 by 6 canvas that depicts the anathema estate and the surrounding countryside. The artist displayed immense attention to detail, and the colors flow as if the painting was alive. Among a collection of overindulgent aristocratic ego stroking, I think it's the one true work of art I have seen. But what do I know? I'm a warrior and a blacksmith. The only art I make comes from a forge. Finally, after half a dozen turns, the butler opens a comparatively modest door that's still nicer than anything in my home and waves me inside. Closing the door behind me, the study is awash with literature. Books are neatly organized in full shelves that dominate the wall space of the 15 by 25 room. In the center of the room runs a long, narrow table that is occupied by various curiosities. I see tools for drafting maps and building plans. instruments used in basic alchemy, a map of the known world, beginning at the shores of the Leviathan Sea to the west and ending at the feet of the Gates mountain range to the east. It shows the northern wastes where the avians dwell, and the deep desert where reptiles soak in the sun and supervise slave-filled mines. As near as I can tell, it shows every known shifter village and human village in the common nation, with detailed notes written in exquisite handwriting for every single town next to its mark on the map. Near the near the rear of the room, Argos sits at a large desk of polished mahogany. The desk is neatly organized, occupied by 2 decanters, 4 glasses, 3 books, ink and quill, and a stack of blank parchment. He is wearing a white tunic. His hair is pulled back into a simple braid. Greetings, Dire Thorn. Please, join me. Would you care for a drink? On the one hand, I have this creeping paranoia about poison. On the other hand, some social lubricant might make this a smidge easier. I weigh it for half a second and decide to politely decline. Best I keep my wits about me. So be it. I trust this is not a social call. What is your answer? He sits upright in his chair, his hands folded. His face is a hard read, but if I had to guess, I would say reserved optimism. I have taken ample time to consider your offer, and while I certainly see the appeal, I am afraid I must decline. I fear my personal ethics would render me a disloyal subject. As I speak, I see my read was right, because the optimism drains away and is replaced by quiet resignation. I see. I will not do you the insult of further attempts to persuade you. You are a man of intellect and character beyond your birth. However, I would like to know, as a matter of personal curiosity, why do you favor humans so? The question throws me for a loop. I didn't expect Argos to take any level of personal interest in me after I declined. I could tell you many separate factors that contributed to my beliefs. We could discuss the lessons my father taught me. We could discuss my own prosecution at the hands of your son, which gave me insight into being oppressed. We could discuss the basic concept of empathy and compassion. But I think you would have thought ahead on all those reasons. You are clearly a forward-thinking man. So what do you really want to know? He smiles subtly. It doesn't warm his features, but I think it is at least partially genuine. It is a smile from delight in a game rather than happiness. You are correct, Dire Thorn. What I seek is your true motive. What are you after? It seems to me you are a cog, trapped in a machine you detest. Service to the Grand Council will be little different than service to me. They say you can know a man by his enemies. Clearly, you had an enemy in my son. However, it was not just him, was it? You keep anyone who treats humans poorly at sword's distance. I find it fascinating that you live in this state of contradiction. Surely you see Surely you see that the day is fast approaching where you must make a choice between your duty and your beliefs. I do not see you as a man who procrastinates out of fear or uncertainty. So what is it you are waiting for? Sweet void, this guy just opened me like a jar of fruit preserves. My best friends couldn't analyze me to that level of depth and accuracy, except maybe Pogs. I see now more of Argos's character. He is where he is not because he inherited it from his father. He clearly has maintained and built his house on merit. What do I say to him? What do I say to this man who is, if not an overt enemy, certainly diametrically opposed to me in his morals and ethics? My old man once told me it takes years to make a friend, seconds to make an enemy. Do I want to make an enemy of this man? What good can that do? Angel's request echoes in my mind, alongside words my father taught me. We don't cower to prey, I hear the voice from my dreams whisper. Oh, excuse me, whisper. We don't cower to prey. There we go. It actually startles me, and I jerk and scan the room for a half second. Argos notices. What is it? Did you hear something? Just the demon in my mind, I think to myself. No, sorry. Just had a jarring thought, I say, and take a steadying breath. I stroke my chin as I think. Argos is still patiently waiting for my answer. Would it make me sound an idealistic fool if I said I just wanted to do what is right? I say with calm resolve. If only I knew what the right thing to do was. He nods his head. That answer does not surprise me, although I had hoped for something more defined. But then again, you are young. You have the luxury of time. Views! The man who escorted me in enters the study. Please, see our guest out. I nod to Argos and turn to leave. As I reach the study door, he clears his throat. Never underestimate the pitfall of good intentions, dire thorn. I turn and look at him. He delivers the warning with an unreadable mask of a face. Is that a warning? Or a threat? Outside the estate walls, Sin has managed to strike up a conversation with the guards. I walk past the guards like they aren't there. I'm leaving, Sin. He rushes a close to the conversation and follows after. Damn, man, you could have waited a sec. Would you wait for me? I retort. Shit, I won't now. I grin at him and keep walking, thinking on what I want to do. As we're getting back into town proper, I see a sight, somehow surprising and totally expected at the same time. Hello, Angel. I address her curtly as I walk. She was waiting for me off to the side of the road. How did she know I was in town? Where I was going to be? Hi. Her voice is small and sweet, and evokes a protective instinct in me. Is that an act? Or is she really so vulnerable? This is my friend, Sin. He's from out of town. She affords him a quick appraisal. Hello, she says. Sup, girl? He says with swagger in his voice, taking a relaxed and masculine stance. Suddenly, I get the urge to hit him. Why do I want to hit him? What can I do for you, Angel? I ask politely. I was hoping we could talk. Alone? She says, which deflates Sin's bravado and makes me feel a small rush of something. I can't quite say for sure. Definitely something. Okay. Sin, thanks for having my back. Talk later? He looks between me and her. Sure, I guess, he says, and departs unceremoniously. So, what is it this time? Need me to lay low a mountain, but won't tell me which one? Need herbs for medicine, but won't tell me where to find them? My tone drips with sarcasm, and she looks a little defeated. I suddenly feel like an ass. I wanted to just talk, like to get to know you, if that's okay. She says it all in that small, weak voice. What is it with this girl? Every time I see her, I get a different person. And yet, for some reason, every time I have this urge to get close to her, protect her, or in the case of the night I was drunk, have her. I suppose it can't hurt to just talk to her. Do you like to drink? I ask her. I love red wine, she responds, her mood perking up, hope creeping into her voice and features. There's this bar me and my pack frequent. Been going there since the bartender started letting us in a couple of years back. Come on, I'll buy you a glass of red and we can talk. A smile lights her face, and she, I kid you not, bounces a little on her toes. Yay! She says enthusiastically. I guide her through town. She follows at my side, asking me how my day was. I'm not very forthcoming, so she starts talking about hers. It's all fairly mundane, but she. Oh, fuck. It's all fairly mundane, but she talks about minor inconveniences like they are trials fit for heroes of legend. On the one hand, it annoys me. On the other hand, it's kind of adorable. It doesn't take long at all for us to reach the tavern. It's run by the guy who set up the bar for the fountain party. The old sign, painted in orange, dubs the bar the Naughty Dog. It's an old building, square inside and out, with the kitchen and bar in the center of the large room, with booths lining the walls. The decor is simple, but the booze is sweet. We step in, and I start walking to my usual spot at the bar. Where are you going? She asks. I point. My spot? I say, unsure of the issue. Um, can we sit in a booth? She asks sweetly. Uh, yeah, I guess. She smiles and marches to a booth near the back of the room. I follow, and can't help but notice she is short, but very well proportioned. It's a nice view. The bartender, Jacob, notices us going and has his lone barmaid come take our orders. The usual, Direwolf Thorn? Valeria, you have been pouring me and my boys hooch and putting up with our drunken bullshit for the better part of 2 years. It's just Dalj to you. I smile, and she smiles back. Valeria is not the prettiest girl on the block, but she is nice and has the patience of a saint. Usual for me. My friend Angel here will have a glass of your finest lupine red. Actually, do you have Foxfire red? Yeah, of course. Foxfire red, please. Valeria nods and goes to get our drinks. Amnes would kill me if she knew I was letting someone drink Foxfire over lupine. Angel shrugs. Tell her family to make better wine? Cheeky. Think you're something of a connoisseur, do you? My mother's family used to make wine. Back in the common. It was better than anything I've had in the canine nation. That sobers the mood a bit. Tell me about your family. What happened? You mean, how did I end up here? In the canine nation? I nod. My mother was killed in a slave raid when I was 13. Me and my father were brought here, into the canine nation. to the village of Pyle to be sold. Engiel happened to be passing through the village on his way back here. He bought us and brought us here. Freed us shortly after. I've been to Pyle, once with my dad, and a few more times for joint training with the war dogs there. War dogs do not have the same ethics where slaves are concerned. They buy and sell them like any other commodity. Argos does a lot of business with war dog villages. I still can't believe it took so long for us to finally meet, I say, to change the subject, as Valeria puts down my flagon of mead and Angel's foxfire red. It smells slightly sweet and very aromatic. Angel takes a sip before speaking again. We actually did meet once before, a few years after I arrived. I stop mid-drink and swallow. Go on, I say as I set my drink down. When you tried to kill Arian, and Engiel lit you up like Aurora Borealis to stop you, they brought you to my house. Not the Elder's mansion. Engiel worried Argos would try to find you and kill you for your actions. So he hid you. You were asleep for 5 hours. I stayed at your side to make sure your heart didn't suddenly stop. Engiel says that can happen after getting hit by lightning. I think about it for a moment. But I didn't wake up there. I woke up in the Elder's mansion. Well, of course. He moved you once he got guards to protect you. I take a hearty drink. So, you watched over me. She nods and hums, mm-hmm, merrily. Thank you, I say. I take another drink, processing. Is that why you picked me? To ask for help? It's her who stops mid-drink this time. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just felt a connection with you ever since. Engiel always said you cared for humans. I was sure you would help. So I tested you. I know you almost intervened in the square. Dire Pogs stopped you. I nod and finish my drink. I get Jacob's attention and signal for another. I know you said a glass, but may I have another? Jacob! A glass of lupine field vine. She scowls at me and I smirk devilishly. When Valeria brings the drinks, I stop Angel before she takes a drink. A toast. I raise my Marionberry mead. To what? She asks as she raises her glass. To good intentions, I say. She smiles a soft, sweet smile and takes a drink. She looks at the glass. That's actually pretty good. Field Vine is their newest batch from their newest vines at the back of the compound. Amnes told me they get the most sun, so she thought they would make better wine, I say. I don't know jack about making wine. That's Pog's pet project. I just help. But I can still sound knowledgeable. So, what about you? You haven't told me much about you, and Engiel only talked about you when I asked. I smile my signature half smile on the right side of my face. Oh, wait. So oh, God. Asked after me a lot, did you? No. Maybe. She makes a pouty face, like she's a kid, but she's only a year younger than me. This girl is ridiculous, but in a strangely endearing way. What's to tell? My old man taught me smithing and survival. Mom taught me some homecraft. Angel taught me to fight and track and the mountain. I live with Pogs in my family home. I come here when I have spare coin. I like to sing. You sing? She asks excitedly. I take a drink and nod. My mom taught me a bit of that too. We used to sing when we worked in the garden together. Sometimes Dad even joined in, and we all sang together. That sounds really nice. Do you miss them? Every day, I say. Normally, I would deflect that question, but I feel like I can be real with Angel. She doesn't keep me on my toes like Kira or Amnes, or perplex and excite me like that cat Tenefe. Despite the looming pressure of what she asked me, this conversation is easy. Will you sing to me? She asks. I've never been shy about much. Sure. What do you want to hear? She tells me to sing her something I like. I sing her a song I hear in my dreams sometimes. I don't know where I learned it, but it's about a pair of lovers who find solace in each other despite being persecuted by those around them. As I sing, her expression sobers. I finish. I thought you were asleep. What? I ask her. I sang you that song the day I watched over you. You said you didn't remember. I don't, I insist. She appears hurt because she thinks I lied. I hear the song in my dreams sometimes. I swear I don't remember you singing to me. Her expression changes when I tell her that. It softens, and it seems she has been struck with some kind of subtle joy. You dream of me? I hear her whisper. I dream of that song, yeah. A thought strikes me. Tell me if you sang this to me too. I sing another song I occasionally hear in my dreams, also about a pair of lovers. The man speaks of how he wishes for the world and gets his wish in her. I notice a few patrons in the bar listening to me sing, so I project a little more and throw a little more passion into it. I like this song better anyways. When I am done, the look of adoring affection on Angel's face can't be mistaken. I did, she whispers. The applause from the other patrons almost covers her words completely. Really quick aside, both of those songs are real-world songs that I very much love. Good luck figuring out which ones. I wave Valeria over. Food, please. We're going to be here a while. Valeria smiles and nods and rushes off. Angel looks happy, which makes me feel warmth inside I haven't felt since ever, now that I think about it. We spend 3 more hours in the Naughty Dog, talking about nothing and having a blast doing it. We come up with an inside joke about this song we both like, but also have no problem making fun of. After our meal has gone for almost 40 minutes, and she's good and drunk, she says she needs to get home. I'll take you, I say. We step outside the bar, and she leans against me for support. Sorry, I can walk, she says and starts to pull away, but I place a hand atop her head and pull her back. It's fine. You can lean on me. She beams up at me, and we walk, her clutching my arm for support, me smiling softly. We don't say much on the walk back. I think we're both nervous about what we know always comes next in the stories they write about lovers on nights like this. I try to tell myself that's just the booze talking and remind myself she's a human. My people slaughter and enslave her people. Not a good idea. Your heartbeat is so strong. I can even hear it in your arm. She slurs and stumbles. She must be pretty drunk. Engiel says I have the heart of a direwolf. Well, of course, he made you one, she says cheerily. No, not like that. Not the rank. Engiel says there was an ancient beast on the dead world, a bigger, fiercer wolf, a rival even to the great cats in power, speed, and size. They were called dire wolves. Engiel says when Magnatoris created us, the wolves of the canine nation, he gave the spirit of the dire wolf to a favored few of us. Engiel says I have that spirit. I chuckle when a thought strikes me. Engiel also says Pogs got their stomach though. So, grain of salt, I guess. Am I right? She giggles a cute girlish giggle. It's refreshing to hear. None of the female warriors make a habit of giggling. My old man used to say a girl's laugh is hypnotic. Now I see what he meant. We arrive at her door and I try to help her up the steps, but she is way too drunk. So I give up and scoop her up in my arms. Whee! She laughs as she is scooped up, then throws an arm merrily around my neck. Key? I ask when I stop at the door. Boot. Foot, she says. Uh-huh. Which boot foot? I ask her. Leftly. I lift my knee to support her in place of the arm and remove her boot and hand it to her. She fishes the key out. I step inside and set her down on her feet. Well, it was lovely. I'll see you around, Angel. I turn to leave, but I feel her grab my sleeve. Wait, she trails off, and as I begin to turn, she falls towards me. Thankfully, I am sober enough to catch her. Hey, you okay? Angel? I wait. No answer. Her breathing changed. She passed out on her feet. I shuffle her in my arms and look around. For some reason, I feel like the bedroom is upstairs, so I carry her up. Again, I just have a feeling it's behind the second door on the right. I go to it and open it. The smell of flowers is thick in the room, and it is absolutely filled with all manner of cute knickknacks and stuffed animals and clothes scattered about. Yep, no question. This is it. I walk over and lay her down on the bed that's big enough for me and Pogs to share, with room for Gray. I remove her other boot and pull a quilt over her. She lays there, delicately, on her right side, her hand palm up next to her face, on her pillow, her hair splayed out like a fan of auburn sky. In this moment, she looks more like a sleeping goddess than an angel. Before I even know it, I have reached down and begun stroking her cheeks softly with my thumb, my fingers in her hair. Please, help me, Dalj, she whispers in her sleep, and my heart breaks a little. A pair of tears run down my cheeks, and I remove my hand from her cheek to wipe them away. I think I might, I say softly, before I turn and leave her to her dreams. Garden of Lies, Chapter 13, Heart of a Direwolf. All right, time to catch up on what Mason has had to say. I'm sure he's outraged.
Yeah, you have no idea. Oh, yeah, because I was thinking, oh, we're reading this chapter. Like, poor Mason's little heart is gonna be broken.
Oh man, I hate you. Oh, love you too, buddy.
It's like you did it. I can see him now. They're standing in the prairie court, and he's standing up in the witness box, and he's pointing at you at the table. Yes, yes, Your Honor. It was him. It was this author that got my emotions all wrapped up in it, and then shat all over them.
Oh man. So we're gonna go through Mason's live tweeting of the chapter now, because frankly, after I read these, it's my favorite part of the end of these streams. Also, just as a really quick aside, so I'm going to, some of the upcoming videos are going to be released as just a regular video, not a live stream. So Mason, make sure you live tweet in the comment box as you listen, so I still get the thing, because it means so much to me you don't even understand. But it's out of necessity for personal reasons. So, alrighty. So here to do frustrated. I leave that one to you, Mr. Okay, see, they're already acting like parents. Listen to Daddy Doll. Oh shit, it's hereditary? My face when. You like those breadcrumbs? You like those breadcrumbs I be dropping? Yeah, Dalj, it's the void. Can't you abstract? Right. Hey man, Dalj is nothing if not just fucking get on with it kind of character. Yes, he is experiencing undeniably unsure memories, to be sure. Which, if you're watching this stream and you don't know where that's from, go check out our show over at Adventurous Publications. Yep. That's in the featured channels of my channel section. And yeah, we do a weekly show and we prose police books, and that was in a book that we critiqued. Dark One needs a lozenge. Facts. Gray is like, the fuck? I don't know, man. This sounds like pretty serious shit. I don't know, man. Sounds kind of fucked up to me. Bad dreams, the world becoming a strange, chaotic mess. Numb all the pain with alcohol. It's scientifically proven to work.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's worked pretty well.
That is imperial, because use the Queen's math. It's the math of inbreeding, damn it. It has to be good.
A good Jillian.
People think my singing is howling too. Oh man, and what's funny about that conversation between Dalj and Sinkotsu, Wes in real life never liked my singing, and it's fun. Yeah, he never liked my singing.
It's like, but you have such a good voice, though.
I know. I have at least a halfway decent voice. He never liked my singing. Dalj doing a Triple H impression. What the fuck? Yeah. Oh, that warms my heart that you know who Triple H is. I haven't thought about Triple H's missed gag in years, man. Frankly, do my shit when I was a kid, though. Who was your favorite? Personally, I liked The Undertaker, Kane, and Mankind. Mankind was my fucking favorite. I love that crazy bastard. The Rock was also pretty great. Yo, let me in. I'm Mad Wolf, and I got some bizzle in this hizzle. Facts, bro. We gonna get for Rizzle up in this plizzle. But if they oiled hinges, how can they seem ominous? Of course, you're right, Mason. I should have thought of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Mr. Malfoy awaits you in his. Okay, that's the last time I allow you to compare my book to that book. Do it again at your anus's peril, Mason.
Oh.
They can't. That's why one should never oil their hinges.
Exactly.
Ooh, ego stroking. Authors should write about what they know. Hey, it's my homie. Hey, what's up, Biz? Everyone, by the way, this is a friend and colleague of Adventurous Publications right here. He's over on Twitch. He puts music up on, I think this channel that he just commented from is his music channel. He also does a gaming channel. This guy's the homie. If you like gaming content, music content, rap, that kind of shit, go sub to him. He's a great guy and one of my best friends, if not my best friend. Oh, well, Kate.
Yeah.
I got to put you guys in different categories, though. So anyways, that's just how he does the narration. The character voices always have plenty of inflection. I try. I struggle with the female voices because, I have a distinctly, testicle haver voice.
Yeah.
Probably a threatening warning. Facts. Hello, she says, not really caring. Mason, you got it. Thanks, sir. Oh, Christ. Now there's 3 of them. It's a triple threat for Dalton's heart. Looking good for Team Madness. Well, God bless her heart. The person that character is based on said yay, and that she said that all the time, and that's the closest I could get to her voice. God be with her wherever she is. It's time for the Dalj Drink segment of this week's scheduled program. Yup. Because you know that if we're talking Garden of Lies, we're talking day drinking and night drinking and party drinking and existential crisis. Just drinking, really. Put your eyes back in. Oh, Jesus. Hey, man, I like the view. What can I say? Come on now. He's even taking shots at Amnes and Dalj is laughing. This is dark day. Wait. Angel knows what the Northern Lights are? Now I'm fucking in fact, I'm so curious. I can't spell curious. Well, my friend, you have to remember the Northern Lights is a phenomenon of atmosphere and the Wolf Nation, the Canine Nation, is very far in the north of my empire. So they're up there to see the Northern Lights.
But that was one thing I was kind of curious of too, is the fact that they were still called Aurora Borealis.
Oh yeah, you're right. They are still called Aurora Borealis.
Mm-hmm.
What a curious coincidence that is. That must have been lazy world building on my part. Yeah, you'll drink that lupine wine and you'll fucking like it. Right, so she's the Ginny Weasley. Oh my God, man. Why do you have to make that compare? Why do you have to compare to fucking Harry? Stop it. Stop it. I'm glad they're dead, obviously. God.
Gosh.
Do you even Tolkien? All I can say is wait until book 3.
Yeah.
Wait until book 3.
There is a whole song in there.
Is really kicking us when we're down. You think it's bad now? Spoilers, which? I think everything about.
Am I really giving
I feel sick right now. Oh no. Yes. I've never been so happy that someone drank too much and passed out. I hate you. Why did you smash up the mall? Well, Your Honor, I'm reading a book called Garden of Lies, chapter 13. Yes, Your Honor. Say no more. Oh, chapter 13. Yes, Your Honor. Say no more.
He's like, I understand.
I fucking love you, Mason.
Oh.
It's not like he's a professional narrator, though, is it?
But
the first time we were roughhousing on your, and I kicked. I remember a lot of injuries that happened on the trampoline in the backyard, my friend. You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific. Cade, obviously, he can summon fire. Yeah, that was pretty dope. He should have kept the mask on, though. His character went to shit when he took the mask off. Man, wrestling really is soap operas for men. Let's all be honest here.
Yep.
The real. Does the real world exist, Mason? Is it just a theory? Or am I misdirecting? It's all a red herring. Is it all a clever ruse? I'll never tell.
Well, I'll have to say that's one of the
I'll just wait 5 years. I will try to make it available to you sooner than that, my friend. I really will.
Yeah.
He may not be, but he can sound like what? That's facts. I'm a professional degenerate. Yeah, that's facts. Mason, for those of you who might not know who Mason in the Dark is, go check out his channel. This dude is a narration genius, and some of his content is just, this guy deserves his own comedy special, honestly. Yeah. Like the fact that Amy Schumer has a comedy special and Mason doesn't is nothing short of,
it's criminal.
An insult against the very essence of comedy is what it is. Oh, man. So, yeah, everyone, that was The Garden of Lies, chapter 13. Just as a little, let's see, next week we have.
Isn't it hard-headed?
Hard-headed. Oh, man, Mason, you think you're mad now. Oh, man, if you think you're mad now, Mason, just wait until you find out why the chapter is called Hard-Headed.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I will not give spoilers. I will not do it.
It's a good chapter, though. I enjoyed writing it.
Yeah.
Do you have time? Idle threats. You can't see it, Mason, but I'm brushing figurative dust off my shoulders.
Yeah.
Idle threats, my friend.
Yep. It's like, we know how addicted you are now. Got your hooks in. You're in for the rest of the ride.
While we're on the stream, mate. Oh, and hang on. I announced this merch. I announced. Oh yeah, and the last thing I'm gonna say before we start wrapping up is, hey everyone, help get the channel to 1.5k subs, and I will read the second book also for free on the channel. I want to do that for you. So share this around. Tell your friends who like fantasy, hey, come check out this playlist. He's given his novel away for free as an audio read, and I'm gonna redo chapter 1 so that the sound quality doesn't suck anymore. And then probably just unlist that video or just take it off the playlist. But I'm going to redo that today. So that'll be good.
Yeah.
Too hooked for that. I am weak. Yeah, see, I know you dog. But it's not weakness. You're just addicted to good-ass fiction, my friend. As am I, which is why you need to get the next installment of Bleeding Ground out. I'm so psyched for that. And I think another thing I'm going to do is start doing the analysis of Bleeding Ground here on this channel because it's so fucking good. So fucking good.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Alrighty. Well, Kate, is there anything in particular that we should be... do us a favor. Go over to Adventurers Publications and IYFA, again, both in the featured section channel, both in the featured channel section of my channel, okay? Hit subscribe to both of those. Hit the damn bell. And this weekend, we're going to be talking about a book that we've talked about before on this channell, and we're going to be ripping it to shreds in real time for your amusement.
I'm not
and
just
amusement.
not just the one.
Not just well, Caitlin wants to do all four. I don't think we want to do that because that would take 3 hours.
No, we don't have to do not the entire books, but I mean.
Yeah, but Caitlin, you only need to read one to get the point. They all suck equally. You said it got worse as it went, which is almost a feat in and of itself.
Which is why I'm saying, yeah, like come on. But,
oh man, I'm really glad to hear that, Mason. I really am.
I mean, we can 2 hours prose police.
Oh, well, shit. Okay, well, fuck it. You know, that's one of our chief fans, so he has a lot of pull with us. I mean, he's part of Team Adventurous, so. All right, fuck it. We're doing all four. It's gonna be a prose police extravaganza. We're gonna fucking hang this guy by his own intention.
Yes.
Because Mason has requested it.
Oh, we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. We're going to draw and quarter him, and then hang him from the whatever the thing is that you hang them from. After you cut out the entrails. What?
The hanging tree.
Yeah, that thing. And have their entrails cut out a bird in front of everybody.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Oh, man.
He says, my body is not ready. No,
we can make it ready.
You, man.
You know what I think I might also have to do, Caitlin? Maybe I need to further motivate people to get the channel up to 1.5K. Maybe if we get the channel up to 1.5K, I'll also do another giveaway of signed copies and signed maps. I still have some of the maps of the Star Map and so yeah, everyone watching, if we get up to 1.5K, not only will I do book 2, but I will personally sign the copies of the maps I have, the full size, they're like nice, well done print maps that you can hang on your wall that are very pretty because they're fantasy maps. One's a star map, one's a territory map. And I'll sign them and sign a copy of the book with a nice little custom message you can give to your friends or hoard in your personal collection like the dragon you are.
Right. You hate blind people. That's right.
1.5K or you hate blind people.
Oh my goodness. You know what? I'm going to use that as the tagline. I'm going to use that as the tagline for the ad I'm going to run.
Oh my god! And you have to screenshot. Caitlin, make a face. You're gonna screenshot this.
Right. Yes, I'm gonna have to screenshot this. That's right. Yep. Okay. Or you hate blind people.
Or you hate blind people. And the last thing I'm going to announce is last night I beat my old deadlift record. I now pull 365 because I am the strongest author alive. Welcome to Garden. Everyone, take care of yourself. Thank you all so much for being here. We'll see you next week. And in fact, I'll see you more times this week because, like I said, I am going to start uploading content besides my read-alongs because I need to take my channel a little more seriously. All right, everyone. Have a good day.
Welcome to the adventure.
And welcome to the adventure.
All that is.
Welcome to Garden. All the taglines.
That's right.
Dun, 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 dun.